Welcome back, Indie Game Fanatics, to our continuing Let's Play of Caribbean Legend. Before we jump back into the game, let's go over the comments from last episode real quick. Alright, so it looks like in regards to the missing girl quest, the prizes are the same. This is about the dialogue option between the first and second choice, with the second one you're being kind of snarky. Prizes are the same. Via second option, we just keep Betsy's secret. I said, I don't know about that. Either way, we don't tell the barkeep what it was. But yeah, the character has some sort of lover and free of barful church sex. So basically, you can use that to recover vitality stats, as I mentioned during the stream. The Sharptown quest, you'll get another piece of a treasure map. Ooh, you know I love stacking treasure maps. Regarding Spain, be prepared that during next major questline under the Jolly Roger, you will have an awful relationship with Spain to the point where they may place a max bounty on your head, but do not lower it. Because after some time, they will send a punitive fleet after you with a quest galleon as a flagship. After you capture it, you may start to lower your bounty. Just note it somewhere, or I'll remind you about it when we'll be at that point of the game. I'm gonna write that down real quick, guys. So, in don't lower bounty. Alright. Under the Jolly Roger, don't lower bounty right away. Alright, good to know. Take some crew in French cities. French have the best gunners. Yep, we did figure that out towards the end there. And by the way, when you're in Sharptown, keep an eye out on the Grandpa Pirate walking around the streets, missing a leg, arm, and eye, wearing white shirt and black vest. On his happy days, he wears a red suit, and that's the time when you want to talk to him. He'll give you a riddle, and if you choose the right answer, he will give you a small prize. If you choose the wrong one, well, he may aggro the whole settlement on you. Alright, so save before talking to that pirate. Good to know, good to know. Alright, so let's jump back into it. We had just arrived at Sharptown. Okay. So we've got the 2 pieces of Mango Rose and the town quest to do here in Sharptown before we go and work on the treasure map not far away. So I'm assuming this is the pirate they're talking about. So I gotta wait for a day where he's wearing a red vest, and then I want to talk to him to get a question.
What kind of cuttlefish be these?
Okay, so it's probably gonna be a drunk I gotta talk to get the town quest. Which one is the tavern, though? Okay, that's the tavern. Mucho gusto.
Everything here is fair and square. The lucky man wins. Pour it on!
Things are good. You don't see it coming. This rum is fine, Jamaican black rum.
Everything here is fair and square. The lucky man wins.
Boarding 60, defense 65. Damn. Where are my guys at? It might be time for me to replace a couple of these officers depending on the skills I find, because I can hire officers better than what I have. Like, just straight up 75 navigation.
I will see you, buddy.
Alright, here we go. Heard about that, mate. There's this crazy old guy wandering around town, claims he's the only one who made it out alive after the wreck of that rotten tub lying in Sabu Matilla Bay. And now he's desperate to get back there. But he's too much of a coward to go alone, keeps babbling about some skeleton in tribal garb showing up every morning and fighting him to the death. Me? I wouldn't go with him even if for 500 doubloons. Who knows what kind of demons are dancing in that fool's head. Interesting. This must be the fellow. Hey lad, you look like a brave sailor and I bet you can handle yourself in a fight. Would you help me with a little raid somewhere, eh? I suppose you're the old man looking for a guide to the ancient ship? So rumors travel faster than the winds. Yes, that's me, Gonzalo Peralta, the only one still alive from the wreck of La Espada del Rey. And I'm Captain Charles Demure. Do you want to take another look at your vessel? Yes, you see, lately I've been haunted by the same nightmare over and over. But that's not even the worst part. Believe it or not, every morning as soon as the nightmare ends, I wake up and there's a damn skeleton standing right in front of me. They told me you tell this fantasy to everyone. A fantasy, heh. I wish it were just that. A couple of months ago, I was living a quiet life, as any retired sailor, old sailor should. But now that bag of bones shows up every morning, stares at me, lets out a blood-curdling scream, blast it. Any boatswain would have his blood run cold. And then he charges into battle. And you know what? Each time, his attacks grow fiercer. That's exactly why I want to get to the ship as soon as possible. I can't shake the feeling there's something I need to find there. Quite the business. And what do you hope to find there after all this time? I don't know, Captain. I just don't know, but I'm drawn to that ship like an old boat in a storm. My dream, that skeleton, this strange feeling by the sea, they're connected somehow. I just can't figure it out. Or can't figure out how. What exactly happens in your dream? Is it somehow connected to the natives? Connected? You bet I am, blast it. In that dream, I'm with my dead crew aboard the La Espada del Rey. We're raiding Carib villages on Hispaniola, killing everyone in our path, men, women, and children. I don't like this guy now. Those who fight back and even those who fall to their knees, begging for mercy. We burn their settlements one after another. He got himself cursed. The Indians' arrows and clubs against us are like a leaky tartan against a war galleon. The Caribs, desperate, beg for parley, and then... Good lord, so you took part in all this that lawlessness? You don't need help, you need a hempen necktie. No, damn it, that's not true. Do you understand? I have no idea why I'm dreaming about all this. But I swear, by all that's holy, neither I nor my crew ever took part in such atrocities. You'd better hope that's true. Go on. The Caribs requested negotiations and the captain agreed. He invited all of them into one of those huts we had taken. The chiefs came, 24 of them, led by their queen, Anacona. But the captain himself didn't go inside. None of us did. As soon as the last chief entered, the door was slammed shut and barred with beams, and then, damn it, they set it on fire. Only the queen was spared, but not for long. They made her watch as her people burned alive, and then they hanged her from a tree. What a nightmare. And this happens every night, the same dream over and over? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if after all that, Galton's just a figment of your fevered imagination. Sorry guys, just woke up. I'm gonna yawn a couple of times while reading all this dialogue. That's not all. The surviving Caribs fled to Cuba, found support among the local tribes, and soon gathered into a single army under some chief. Atwe, that was his name, I think. They followed him as their last hope, but we slaughtered them all without much trouble. Atwe was captured and prepared for execution. When they tied him to the cross, ready to burn him, a monk offered him the true faith, said it would ease his suffering and grant him entry into paradise. He asked the monk if paradise was open to Spaniards, and when the monk replied that of course it was open to good Spaniards, I don't know how to pronounce it, answered without hesitation that in that case he wanted not paradise but hell, so he wouldn't have to share a home with such cruel people. After that, he said a few more words in his own language and the pyre was lit. He didn't make a single sound as the flames took hold of his flesh. By the sea, I swear I wouldn't want to witness such thing in real life. My dream always ends the same way. The captain sits unmoving, only a candle nearby smokes, and he keeps leafing through some battered journal. Slowly, as if every word weighs a fortune, mumbling something under his breath. Even in my dreams, Guy, I understand, it's a sign. Time to reach for my blade, for he's already on the attack. Help me put an end to this nightmare, Captain. Come with me to the bay. I won't go there alone, I'm running low on powder. But before you answer, I should warn you, I can't pay you. If I could, there'd already be a line of helpers out the door. So all I can do is hope for the help of a fellow sailor. Alright, fine. If going to the ship will help you get rid of those dreams and other visions, I'll help you. Come aboard as soon as I finish my business. We'll head to the bay. Alright. How's this guy walking? I don't see him on my list of passengers.
Load the cannibals!
Interesting. Alright, so what was the bay called? Sabo Matilla. That's the ship. Here it is, once the pride of the Spanish merchant fleet, and now just a heap of rotten planks barely holding together. It's not often you see such a giant brought down, lying there on the shore. How did it end up here? We set sail from Santiago, bound for Seville. We didn't have much cargo, but we did have one passenger, a big shot, a bishop himself. To be honest, the crew wasn't thrilled about his voyage, but when did anyone ever ask us? We never made it to the open ocean. Near Turks, a pirate brig attacked us, fast, nimble, armed to the teeth. Not some ragged lot, but real sea wolves. At first, the captain wanted to run. He didn't want to risk the bishop's life, but with the wind as it was, we couldn't turn back, and a storm was blowing in from the south. So there was no choice, the fight began. To be caught between two fires is a miserable fate. What happened next? The fight didn't last long. We managed to take down their foremast, but the pirates gave as good as they got. A stray cannonball snapped our tiller rope, and as if the devil himself willed it, the ship froze, bow facing the oncoming storm. It was closing in so fast that the pirates, may a chain shot rip their mainsail, chose to run, vanishing into one of the Turks' coves. And all we could do was wait for the storm to swallow us whole. The captain ordered the sails lowered and the tiller rope replaced, but it was already too late. The storm caught you near Turks, dragged you all the way here, and finally tossed you ashore. It's exactly how it happened. The ship was pure chaos, the wind tore the rigging apart, masts crashed down one after another, smashing the deck and crushing people. If you didn't have time to tie yourself down, you were swept overboard. If you did, you were crushed by the wreckage. It was no better below deck. Cannons, crates, cannonballs flew back and forth like demons, grinding up everything in their path. When we finally were thrown ashore, I was unconscious. I came to on the sand. Boatswain Sergio found me, he and 2 others with him. Not much for such a large ship. Ah, Captain, there were so many bodies. We knew right away we couldn't stay there. The waves could have dragged off the ship and us with it. Nearby, we found a cave. Exhausted, we fell asleep the moment we touched ground. When I woke up, there was no sign of Sergio or the other 2 in the cave. I searched the whole beach, but by thunder, they were nowhere to be found. I couldn't get back to the ship alone, so I decided to head inland. That's why I made it to Sharptown, where, in my own foolishness, I made a mess of things. I wanted to find out anything about the survivors, so I started telling everyone what had happened to us. But those scoundrels weren't interested in me or the crew. They only cared about loot they could snatch from the ship. Word spread quickly across the island, and ensued crowds of those ladrons were swarming over there. So you still don't know what happened to those people. Going back to the ship was far too dangerous. Anyone who dared sneak in afoot could end up fighting over the spoils and put a bullet in whoever happened to be nearby by accident. Or maybe not by accident at all. By the sea, I spent a whole week holed up in the tavern, questioning everyone who'd been to the bay, but no one had heard a thing about my crew or what had become of them. In the end, I had to accept it. Looks like I'm the only one who survived that damn storm. Maybe fate just favored me more than the others, or maybe it was all thanks to the charm that young Capt'n once gave me. I always kept it close, and damn it, it seems it really did bring me luck. And where is he now? Seems it didn't protect him from skeletons, huh? It was torn from my neck while we were repairing the wellhead in my yard. A log struck my neck, and the amulet fell into the water. The well was already full, and no one would bother scooping it out for the sake of a single trinket. And from that moment on, you started having nightmares? Blasting barnacles? I never thought about it, but that's exactly what happened. As soon as we finished building the well, the nightmares began. Funny coincidence. Well, now you're here, just like you wanted, so what do you plan to do next? I don't know, Captain. I don't know. Let's look around first. The feeling that's saying I need to fight here has only grown stronger. Alright, I hope we didn't come here for nothing. Ginger root, gold nugget, emerald beads. This feeling just keeps getting stronger. It's like I'm one step away from something I have to find. I need to get on that ship. I swear by the sea, there's something there that will explain why that damn skeleton won't leave me alone. So maybe you weren't so eager to get here for nothing. Did you stash something valuable on the ship and now you're back? You've come back for your treasure? What nonsense is that? Do you really think I dragged myself all the way across the archipelago for a couple of doubloons after 40 years? If you'd ever had met the skeleton even once... Jeez, am I yawning. Cross your mind, alright, calm down. How exactly are you planning to get on the ship? I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm not even that tired. There's a hidden door at the stern. The captain cut it out himself in case a boarding goes against us. Thunder take me, I can't haul my old carcass through there alone, but with the 2 of us. Alright, lead the way, let's get this over with. It's like we're going for a swim. Oh, that one's got a key. Hey! The hell? The ship definitely got cursed. Cannonball to my neck. What a mess. Lucky for me, these ones weren't as vicious as the one that shows up every morning, so do you believe me now? After a show like that, it's hard not to. You alright? I think so. Damn undead. My legs gave out like snapped masts. Well, if you're in one piece, no point sitting around. Give me your hand, I'll help you up. That's better. Looks like we're not the first ones who knew how to get in here. Looks like these are my men. The ones who survived the storm. I recognize Sergio's vest, or what's left of it. Anyway, so they came back either to look for survivors or to bury the dead, but it seems that same evil finished them off. It's strange that only scraps of the vest remain, nothing else. Not even a trace of the bishop's cassock remains. Judging by the key clenched in that poor soul's hand, that must be him. He never let go of that thing, not for a second. Seems he wasn't any luckier than the others. By the sea, these undead weren't just wandering around for fun. Something's keeping them here, and they're guarding something. Now I've got a feeling we're supposed to find something here. Let's get this over with. I've got no desire to stay any second longer than we have to. So, I do have a question for you guys. Feel free to let me know, but something I want to take into account with this is the difficulty of the enemies in these town quests tied to your character level, or are they static? Like, would they be the same difficulty no matter what? There's a reason I want to know this, but just asking for now. Alright, I don't see anything over here. Oh, there's a chest here. Nothing in it. Guess we have to go through the door, or we have to go down. Ah, here we go. What's this one? Christian amulet. Madonna speeds up healing 15%. Another Christian amulets. Candle. Here's the journal and 300 doubloons. Excerpt from the diary. Today we destroyed yet another village of savages. Not one of them withstood our blades. The men who dared resist we killed on the spot. The rest we fretted in chains. Their huts were burned to cinders, their granaries emptied, and all valuables became our spoil. Those who tried to hide their children were slain before the eyes of those who survived. Their tears flowed like rivers, washing the triumph of our standard. These lands now belong to Spain. We brought here order and the will of the Lord, even if by the price of blood. My design was fulfilled. The savages came to parley. Their chief sat about the fire, naively believing in the possibility of peace. But true peace comes only through blood. We surrounded the hut, barred the door, and set it alight. At first there were cries, furious, doomed. Then all fell quiet, only the crackle of the fire breaking the silence. The smell of scorched flesh filled the air like a blessing from the Lord himself. These savages will never raise their heads again. Ate received his due. I forced him to watch the execution of his people. Women were thrown into the flames, youths had their heads cleft, and children screamed in terror. He was bound to a post in the center of the great pyre. I watched as the flame embraced his body, yet he did not cry out from pain. No, his voice was calm and full of scorn toward us. He begged for nothing, instead hurling curses in our direction. Foolish savage. He believed his words could frighten us. The wind will scatter the delusion along with the ash of his body. After that execution, I began to notice strange things. By day, the monk intoned of God's grace, but at night, shadows would seem to come alive around us. It felt as if the women's weeping, the children's screams, and the savage's cursage echoed in my very ears. Last night, one of the sailors died. His body was found torn to pieces, as if wild beasts had fallen upon him. I ordered all to pray. But the prayers were useless. Now I am convinced it is Ate. He has laid a curse upon us. It's kind of what I thought happened. The curse, it will not leave me. It nests within like a serpent coiling around the heart. Each night I see the burning huts. I hear the cries and moans of the dead calling me to answer. The charred skeletons raised from the ashes, their hollow sunken stare at me with hatred. Even now in this room I hear their steps. The doors creak slowly as if someone enters. But I see no one. My hands shake so badly the quill scarcely obeys. There is no salvation. The Lord has forsaken me, and I forsook mercy. They are near. Soon they will take me. Logbook entry. I gotta remember to check the logbook each step. When I agreed to escort the old man, I never imagined I'd be fighting skeletons. Skeletons! Fortunately, luck was on our side, and despite the shock, we managed to fend them off. You know what's funny is, not that long ago, I was saying how I missed fighting skeletons, and now we fight them. In the captain's cabin, we found the bishop's chest, filled with jewels and an old journal belonging to the captain. No, this was belonging to Diego Velasquez del Cilar, the famous conquistador and first governor of Cuba. Even a quick glance through the memoirs sent chills down my spine. Perhaps in this log lies the key to unraveling the curse. Where's the other guy? There he is. So, Captain, did you manage to find anything? Looks like this was the bishop's chest. I found there's something in it. Take a look. Velasquez? Thunderstrike me. I've seen this journal in my dreams. This is the very one the captain was leafing through before he... Devil, it feels like he's burning my hands. Burns your hands? Oh, come on. It's just an old journal. Or do you really believe there's some dark power in it? I swear by all the saints, I'm not joking. That damn journal feels like it's burning my hands. It must be destroyed. Tear it apart, burn it, drown it, anything. No, wait. Better to burn it. Yes, burn it. So that not even ashes remain. As you wish. Then let's go ashore, light a fire, and send this chronicle of misdeeds into the flames. But you want to bet the skeleton shows up when we burn the journal. That's it. Feels like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Do you think it's all over now? Who knows, but I swear by the sea. I haven't felt this light in ages. It's as if an old debt has finally been forgiven. Still, I wish I'd never seen that cursed journal or learned what was written inside. No wonder you had such dreams, even though you weren't involved in all of this. Why is there gotta be so much dialogue today? You're the only living person who was in any way connected to the journal. Neither gold nor faith can justify what people did under Velasquez's command, and I'm glad that everything that could remind us of it is burned. Such things should never fall into the hands of those who might be tempted to follow their example. He's just one of many. Who knows how many more such diaries are circulating in old Europe, fueling the greed and impunity of new conquerors. One thing is certain, this one will poison no one else. By the way, the bishop's chest held not only a diary, but also a fair stash of doubloons, 300 in all. Half of them are rightfully yours. If that's the case, I won't say no. Everyone needs money, and I need it now more than ever. No one's going to take me on as a sailor anymore. I'm too old for that. So thank you, Captain, for not turning me away like the others. I'll admit at first your story sounded like a madman, but you told it so convincingly whether you want to or not. You can't help but start to admit. Still, the appearance of those undead natives caught me off guard. Now you know how I felt when I first saw those undead. I hope they'd gone for good, otherwise I doubt I'll survive another encounter with that. Well, since we're done here, it's time to get out of this place. Get aboard, I'll drop you off at the port of Sharptown. Is there nothing left to this quest besides dropping them off? Thank you once again, Captain. By the sea, that strange feeling is gone. I hope it took its damn bag of bones with it. How about we have a drink, eh? Thanks for the invitation, but I've got my hands full. Maybe another time. Have a drink for both of us. Okay, here's part of a treasure map. I understand, but let me tell you this, Captain. After all we've been through, I can't leave without saying thank you. Wouldn't be right. Here, take this. Alright, so we've completed Sharptown's town quest. So it looks like you got a couple of items, including 2 Christian amulets from the chest. I don't know if those are in every time or if those are randomized in the chest. But more importantly, you get 150 doubloons and part of a treasure map. Alright, so we're down to 1 town quest left to complete. That's Port-au-Prince. Now we still have to find the 2 Manga Rosa in Sharptown. And then we've got to head for the treasure and then head to Port-au-Prince, I think is what we've got going on. Let me just double check. So the treasure map we have is... Did this change? I know I have 2 of them, but is it now opening the other treasure, showing me the other treasure map instead of the one we found before? I'm gonna have to look back at my VOD to see exactly where that treasure map was, because I'm pretty sure it was up near here, and that's why we came up this way. Because we had a treasure map somewhere near here. But in any case, we do have the town quests here. Yeah, no, never mind. It is Tortuga. Tortuga is where... Right? Is that where the map was saying it was for? Yeah, okay. Alright. I'm not going crazy. Just a little bit. So, we got 2 Manga Rosas to finish grabbing here in Sharptown. We'll search the island tomorrow. And then we'll head to Tortuga to pick up the treasure on our way to the last of the town quests, which is at Port-au-Prince, the French colony there. Then we'll head down to the Blue Weld area, finish collecting the Manga Rose, which will probably be what we do the day after on Saturday. And, wait, is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday, I think. I hope so. I don't know. I lose track of days this time of year, guys. It gets really bad just because of how much I'm working. But yeah. So we'll head down to the Blue Weld area on Saturday probably to do a bunch of hunting of Manga Rose on the islands or on the mainland. And then we'll finish up Vile Little God. And then on Sunday, that should set us up for being able to go around and upgrade the memento and then take on the Price of Consumption quest down at Trinidad. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you all have enjoyed, and I will see you again tomorrow.